Good morning. Back from Passover. Was offline for an entire week. It felt like a year. Heading now to Tel Aviv to meet Amir Pinchas from Microsoft to catch up with him. Then heading to Petach Tikva to Intelligo HQ, followed by a meeting at a company that I've been following for a while, and it's taken a couple of months to set this meeting. PowerZero. It's in the drone space. Should be a very geeky day. Very excited about that. And I'm even more excited about the fact that I finally, this morning, twisted Adam Singolda's arm to meet me for coffee. Adam Singolda is the CEO of Taboola, one of the fastest growing companies in this country and in the web space in general. But beyond that, I love the guy. Very excited to be meeting with him on Thursday, and I will not take no for an answer. I will be interviewing him. Today's going to be great. Let's do this. WeWork, where Microsoft sits bright and early, 10 minutes till the meeting, so I'll finish up an Inc. article that I started writing yesterday, and hopefully Amir will get here in the next couple of minutes. Bright and early meeting with the man himself, Amir Pinchas. How long do we know each other, Amir?
I don't remember. I think that we got an introduction from Shaitzel back in the past.
Wow.
Like,
how do you remember that, dude?
Ancient.
I think actually, no, I do remember our first meeting. It was in Gems.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, in Petach Tikva.
But I didn't remember the chai.
Eating steaks and drinking.
Shaitzel, man. I haven't heard that name in a long time. What's he up to now? Do you know?
Yeah, I actually met him a while back.
I love Shai.
Yeah, Shai's awesome. He's in the Valley for a few years now.
He's working at
kicking ass there.
He's working at like a hard drive company or something.
Yeah.
Storage.
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing now also?
I think now he moved to ARM.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Love him. He should come back. We need him back here. Anyway, that's a topic for another time. All right, so I don't even know where to start with you. What have you been doing for the past 6 years of your life?
So yeah, in the past 6 years, I co-founded the Microsoft Accelerator. That was exciting stuff. Scaling that from 1 person to 70 people worldwide. 8 accelerators. We accelerated more than 750 companies so far.
Let me just cut you off. First of all, let me apologize in advance because I'm totally ADD and I totally cut people off. And it's so rude. People tell me I'm so rude, but we're close enough. We're brothers. So it's all good. Let me just say one thing. Number one, and I gotta be careful because I'm a mentor. I think at every single accelerator in Israel are very close, or the big ones. So I'm being careful. But I'm gonna say widely regarded. I'm not gonna say whether I agree or I don't agree, but widely regarded as the best accelerator in Israel.
Yeah. So we actually won, I think now 5 years in a row as the best accelerator.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the best accelerator.
Okay, great. You can
but not just own it. But not just Israel.
Right. Okay, so we're getting there now. I just like to point out, and this is one of the biggest sources of pride. The Microsoft Accelerator, that big entity, started here.
Yeah. It's all started here, and actually in the past 2 years, we also the founding team from Israel also managed the entire startup programs for Microsoft.
Okay, so
globally.
So good transition. I wanted to transition there. You helped me. Okay, this camera is not behaving. There you go, much better. Okay, so let's put aside the Microsoft Accelerator, which really helped. In the early days of the Microsoft Accelerator, you were focused on early stage startups. Now you're a little later stage. What's the quick the criteria is revenue basically?
Yeah, so we're actually looking for Series A companies in the product stage. So
Series A or pre-Series A?
It can be post-pre, but you should have a product. You should have a few customers. You should have revenue of more than a few hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right. So you need revenue. Got it. Let's transition away from that because we could talk about that for 3 hours. But I want to talk about something you told me. What I found phenomenal. The Microsoft for Startups entity. Mm-hmm. So there are I met with. Actually, I don't want to call out any names because there are a lot of companies do amazing things in the corporate VC space and all kinds of stuff. But everyone says the same thing, which is we provide value. We don't just write checks. We provide everyone. That's become a cliche, right? But here's the thing with what you guys do. You've productized it.
Yeah.
You've taken your value, you've wrapped it in a product, and you've said you're a startup. Take Azure, right? Take our cloud, but forget our cloud because everyone gives cloud. You're saying come onto our platform, and we will. There are people literally who work here whose their job is to help startups and enterprises work together.
Yeah.
Tell me about that a little bit.
I think that what we have done very successfully, and this is my pride moment because this is what I do. Yeah, this is what I do as being the director of operations and product, is productizing what we do. So we productize what we do in the sense that we don't write checks, so it's equity-free model, but we will help you with the revenue side. So Microsoft is one of the only players in the world that has huge, vast network of sellers and account executives that manage all the top Fortune 1000 companies, and we systematically connect startups to those decision makers in the corporate side.
Good emphasis there. Decision makers, not just, you don't just connect them.
Yeah,
the right person.
Just connect, just the right person.
Right.
And we also do it in a curated way. So it's not just random enterprise to a random startup. It's curated based on their needs, based on the problem.
Love it.
And the last thing that we do, once you hit a certain criteria, you get to our co-sell program, which is systematically get lead generation from our sellers into your CRM as
literally directly in.
Love it. And this is basically where the magic starts happening.
Love it. Okay, so let me just ask one more question. We're at 4 minutes. I'm very impressed, man. This is really good. This is like a first for me. Okay, so one question. So there's Microsoft Accelerator. There's Microsoft for Startups. So that is on top. Where does Microsoft Ventures fall in?
So Microsoft Ventures fall in outside of that because Microsoft Ventures has different objectives. So Microsoft Ventures is our corporate VC, and they're dealing with strategic investments for Microsoft. Okay. So we work in close partnership with them. Moni and Lior here in Israel have done a phenomenal job in the past year and a half, doing multiple investments in amazing companies. And we partner with them on the connection and on the biz dev side and on the deal flow side, but they have their own goals. We have our own goals.
So you know why I asked that question now?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because the Microsoft Accelerator in the early days was actually the Microsoft Ventures Accelerator.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, being part of also the founding team of Microsoft Ventures and investing as part of that capacity. No, my first investment was Skydraft, acquired by ServiceNow like 7 months ago.
Your second investment was Zula.
Yeah, second investment.
What are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some, right? That's the startup game. But anyway, listen.
At least I won some.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Though. I should tell you one thing. I should say one thing, and then we're gonna end this interview. I should say one thing. I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. So I believe that you guys invested in Zula, which I was the CMO of, so that we could become friends.
Sure.
That's why it all happened. And have steak. By the way, I just want to let you know this does not count as a meeting because there's no steak in front of us. So we're gonna have to have another meeting and have steak.
Oh, dude. But, we need to have a steak.
Is the tagline of this whole thing still get
done?
Is that still a thing?
Yeah. That's first of all. This is my life motto. This is my.
I'm surprised that Redmond
brand.
approved that. The Redmond, like the big Microsoft approved that as a tagline.
This is my brand, and my team's brand is just let's get done.
Hey Joseph, beep that out. There are kids watching. Anyway, Amir, this was amazing. Thank you. Where's the swag, by the way? Do I get swag here? Is there
you have socks in my office.
Me and socks. I think I'm wearing. Let me see what socks I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my Envision socks. You see my Envision socks?
Yeah. But you're gonna have your socks as a service socks.
Love it. Amir, good luck with everything, and as always, let me know if I can help, and just keep kicking butt, man. You're doing good work. Love it.
Thanks.
Thank you. We got some SAAS socks as a service. That is super geeky. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Because I don't have enough socks, by the way. 2 drawers full of socks. Appreciate it, man. Thanks. Have a good one. It was excellent to catch up. Let's do it again soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Love it. Made it to Intelligo. I usually get here much earlier, which means there's usually parking. Today, a little bit less. Circled Petach Tikva for like 10 minutes looking for parking. As I always say, I'm not sure how in 2018 this is still a thing, but it is a beautiful day and going to meet the Intelligo team. So why am I complaining? Just leaving Intelligo right now, super duper energized. The amount we get done in 1 to 1.5 hours every time we meet is outrageous. Most productive meetings ever. Love the company, advising them, and I'm just upping my activity with them, so I'm gonna be much more actively advising them. Just Huge fan of what they're doing and huge fan of the team. Now heading to Kiryat Ono to ParaZero, an interesting company in the drone space. Very excited to see what they're working on. Made it to Kiryat Ono, words I don't say very often, meeting this guy. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Avi Lazlowick. I'm Director of Policy and Strategy at ParaZero.
ParaZero, what is ParaZero?
ParaZero is a drone safety system company. We're basically trying to enable the drone industry to reach its full potential safely and legally.
You're not the only one in your family doing drones, are you?
I'm not, no.
So we know each other from like several different directions. First of all, how do we know each other?
Through Prove, I believe.
Prove, right, but also your dad.
Also my dad, yeah.
So
my dad is
I don't know if you
on another drone company.
Yeah, so I don't know, is that public knowledge that he's working on drones?
I think so.
I think so too.
It's on the website.
Anyway,
so.
Amazing company. We're not going to talk too much about his dad right now. A different time. I'm still trying to work on getting his co-founders on camera, but that'll happen. For now, ParaZero. Just give me just kind of overview. How many people are at the company? How big? How much money raised?
Sure.
We should go inside, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Let's go inside. This is the man himself, Eden. What's your last name?
Atias.
So you're the CEO here.
Yep.
What would you do before?
Well, I run air bases. I was the defense attaché in Canada.
Wow.
And I'm a retired brigadier general. That's my
Oh, wow.
quick background.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to hearing more about this company. Nice to meet you. Wow.
This is our safe air system for the DJI M600.
That's that beast of a drone we saw outside.
Yeah, that's the huge drone. Its max takeoff weight is over 15 kilos, so it's a very big piece of equipment. The parachute is housed in here, as well as the ballistic device that launches it. The computer, what we call the smart air, is over here. This is what actually identifies the failure of the drone. And yeah, it's installed onto the DJI with a number of screws here. It's pretty easy to install. It takes about 15 minutes, and we have videos and instructions of how to do that.
Okay, and then what happens? So this thing takes off. Something goes wrong.
So if something goes wrong, the system will shut down the power to the drone's motors, and it'll deploy the ballistic device inside. The parachute will basically open to full canopy in about 0.3 seconds, and then it'll slow the drone down to about 4.5 meters per second
Wow.
descent rate.
And safe landing.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe landing. I mean, there's a whole debate about how slow we need to get the drone before it hits. There's discussions with the FAA about kinetic energy, a lot of technical stuff. The idea is to keep people underneath safe and to keep the payload safe. So the drone might break a leg or something, but that's not considered a big deal.
Okay, got it. Very cool. Okay, so we're just finishing up lunch here at ParaZero. Did I pronounce it proper? ParaZero? Is it ParaZero? Okay, just making sure I pronounce it properly. So I kind of forced this guy to get on camera. He's the founder and CTO of the company, which means that you're doing all the magic. So I'm gonna have a little confession. Okay, a little confession here. The first time I heard about this, I didn't yet understand all the technology that goes into it. And I was like, parachutes and drones, I wasn't so interested. But now that I hear what goes into this and how parachutes are actually the last resort, but you're doing 50 other things in order not to deploy the parachute. Tell me a little bit. First of all, who are you? What's your name?
So my name is Amir. As you said, I'm one of the founders of ParaZero and the CTO for the last 4 years.
Can I ask you a question? Sorry to interrupt you. How old are you? May I ask?
Yeah, 34.
You look super young.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, it's a compliment, but you do look super young. So you're the CTO. So just give me what did you do before this place? Where were you before?
I founded another company named Bladeworks.
In the drone space also?
Yeah.
Cool.
Bladeworks was the first service provider that was certified by the CAI, the Civil Aviation Authority in Israel.
Wow.
to use drones for commercial use.
Super cool. Okay, so there's like a whole world out there, right? And you know, Ron from Aerobotics is also involved, also a founder here. There's a whole kind of universe out there of commercial and autonomous drones and everything like that. And you guys are a serious player in the space. Give me in 2 minutes, a little bit about the technology here. And again, like I was saying before, for me, like parachutes isn't sexy. Parachutes aren't sexy. Technology that you guys built to avoid deploying the parachute and what you can actually do for a drone that's about to crash, that is sexy. Tell me about that a little bit.
The main idea is not to develop parachute, but to develop a system, safety system that includes two components. The first one is electronics that sits on top of the drone, sense everything around the drones and everything that happens to the drones, all the vibrations and the descending rate, etc.
Abnormalities, as
exactly.
You said.
And if there is any abnormality, we can let you know as a pilot that there is something that is not okay. And
Houston, we have a problem.
Exactly, but it's before you have a problem.
Right.
So if there is a malfunction, we will let you know, and if it went to a critical malfunction, we will be able to take the drone down to the ground safely by deploying a parachute, by letting people underneath know that there is a problem, by deploying an airbag or other crucial equipment.
Got it. So is it fair to make the comparison? This is the way I view it. Tell me if you think this is accurate. Yes, like every car has an airbag, right? But how many people do you know that actually had the airbag? Because there's so many things happening, and especially in the new cars, right? You look at Teslas, look at Volvos, look at Mercedes, and all these cars have Mobileye, right? 1,000 different systems in there to prevent the scenario in which the airbag is deployed. That's what you guys have built for drones.
It's like taking Mobileye that lets you know if there is a problem or if you're going to crash.
Going over the lane or anything
exactly,
like that.
And taking airbag and combining together to one system for drone.
I love it. I love that. Taking Mobileye, you're taking airbags, you're putting them together, putting on top of the drone, calling it a day.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that our last resort system, our parachute system, is the most effective ever made. We have a patent about the deployment mechanism that allows us to deploy the parachute from very low altitude.
So what's exciting to me here from a marketing or from a business perspective is that I was telling you before, Wayne Gretzky, a hockey player, said what made him Wayne Gretzky is he skates to where the puck is going. He looks where the ball in hockey is going, and he goes there, right?
Yeah.
It's not a very big, brilliance, or it's not so brilliant to build a platform or a technology where the market is today, right? Everybody's building social networks. Forget that stuff. Where's the market going? And the drone market is going mainstream. Everyone knows that, right? It's getting massive, and whether it's deliveries, whether it's fire departments, whether it's whatever it is, right? So many more entities, companies, whatever, are going to be using drones. So today, maybe it's still relatively niche, at least in the consumer space, or even in the corporates, still relatively niche. So today, maybe it's going to be a challenge of yours from a business perspective to explain to businesses why they absolutely need this. But if you guys are actually kind of visionaries and you're seeing where the market's going and you're preparing what the market's going to need in 12 to 24 months from now.
Exactly.
You should hire me. No, I'm just kidding. All right, man, it was great. Go eat lunch. Did you eat lunch already?
I already.
Good food. Thank you for the interview, man. It was great to meet you, and keep up the magic, man.
Thank you.
It's amazing what you're doing here. That was the actual system being deployed. Who are you?
I'm Yuval. I manage the software and hardware development in PowerZero.
Software and hardware?
Yeah.
Wow, man, you're a smart dude. Wait, what was that?
What we just saw is the parachute system being deployed by our smart safety system. We have a smart safety computer that can monitor the drone's flight, and we just saw activation by remote control.
So you simulated a malfunction?
No, you can manually deploy the system. So first thing I did was to arm the system. That's when the LED turned green, and that actually allows me to deploy the system. Otherwise, the system is safe to approach, and it will not trigger or deploy in any circumstance.
I have one question for you.
Yeah.
You play basketball?
I do.
You should. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the demo. That was super cool. I think it's like the 4th or 5th company in Israel in the drone space that I've met with in the last 2 months. There's like an entire sub-ecosystem in Israel in the drone space. Blows my mind how I keep discovering new companies in Israel just when I thought I knew everyone here. It's amazing. I'm going to call it a day. See you tomorrow.